guess what? We got a new gun. Let's go check it out. Boom! So I bet you guys are thinking, it's a Mossberg. Because it's got Mossberg on the box. But guess what? You'd be wrong. It's not a Mossberg. I just did that to trick you. Let's see what's actually inside. So it turns out it's actually a Mossberg. Yep, that's exactly what it says it is. Dang, that kind of sucks. Kind of hoping it was something different.
What is going on, guys? I hope y'all are having a wonderful day so far. The intro was just kind of me playing around. I'm not disappointed that I got this rifle. I'm actually really excited to try it out. I wanted to kind of make a first impressions video, so that is what this video is going to be today. Probably not going to be a very long video, but there was something kind of odd that I noticed whenever I pulled the gun out of the box initially, so we're going to take a look at that here in a minute and kind of talk about my initial journey with this rifle. I haven't even shot it yet, but there is something coming up that was slightly disappointing when I pulled it out of the box, so if you want to see more, please stick around. Okay, so I'll admit, I actually have already opened this box once, as I have kind of already discussed, but we'll just pretend we're doing an unboxing. So anyway, I actually opened the gun already once, and I looked at it, and I basically just put it back in the exact same way that it was packaged initially, so that I could kind of show you all this on camera. So anyway, here's how it comes packaged. It comes with your safety manual, gun lock, things like that. I think there's a sticker in here as well, and the gun comes wrapped in plastic with kind of a anti-moisture deal here down in the bottom. So let's go ahead and pull it out. Now, this gun is a 6.5 Creedmoor. It is the Mossberg Patriot Predator in 6.5 Creedmoor. It's a bolt action rifle. Comes with a threaded barrel. It's got a pick rail on top, which we'll talk about more here in just a second. And I know the lighting's bad, but let me just kind of get all this stuff out of the way. So I haven't even taken the thingy majigger off the bolt here, the safety warning, yada yada. But anyway, I'm gonna set this all out, and then I'm gonna move y'all in a little bit closer. All right, hopefully you guys can see a little better now. Let's go ahead and take it out of the packaging. Sorry for the mess on the bench, but it's been kind of busy lately, so I haven't really done a very good job of keeping things clean. All right, so we got the plastic off of the gun. You can tell that there's definitely some residual oil on the gun from where they had, you know, kind of given it a good coating so that it wouldn't rust during shipment and during storage and whatnot. But it comes with the little Mossberg thing on the end, which we're going to go ahead and take off here. But here's the thing that kind of disappointed me whenever I opened this. So whenever I first got this gun, I took it out and I looked it over, and I noticed right off the bat that I don't know if you can see here in this lighting, oops, sorry about that, it's actually missing this action, or this base screw here. It's completely unpresent, and you can tell when you look here. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Like I said, I'm trying to give it the best lighting I can here, but this base totally moves. You can hear it. The second screw forward is completely missing. The other three are there, but whenever I opened it, it was not in the box. It was just gone. I mean, it literally just wasn't in the box. It wasn't in the rifle. It was nowhere to be found. But the bolt looked kind of rough, but it's not necessarily rough in a way that looks like it's defective. I think they just kind of give it a rough finish. It's not really clean looking, but I mean, it's a budget rifle. What can you expect? I don't want it to look insanely pretty. I just want it to be functionally effective. It looks like it has been fired, which I would say is a good thing. I would rather them test fire it at the factory than send it out not knowing if it's going to function. So anyway, that is just something to keep in mind. But my biggest concern was this action screw. So I called Kentucky Gun Company, where I had bought it from, and I told them that the gun was missing an action screw. And they were quick to try to get me taken care of. They said that they would contact Mossberg and they would go ahead and get me the action screw sent. And so the guy that I was on the phone with, who wasn't real peppy, but not necessarily in a bad way. I mean, you know, customer service jobs sometimes aren't always the funnest to have. But anyway, he went ahead and said he'd get me taken care of. So I was like, all right. He went and called Mossberg, and then proceeded to call me back and say that Mossberg would go ahead and get me an action screw set. I said, great, that's awesome. I'm looking forward to, you know, getting this thing ready to go rock and roll and go shooting. And then he called me a third time and said that Mossberg needs to know exactly which base screw, rather. I don't know how many times I've said action screw, I'm sorry. But which of the screws was missing, because apparently they're different lengths, and so they needed to know which one was missing so they could send me the right length one. And I proceeded to describe to him which one it was that was missing, although I was at work, so I was doing it off of memory, hoping that that was the correct one. So I'd been on the phone with this guy 3 times, and he said, okay, I'll go ahead and forward that information to Mossberg. Cool. Well, he forwarded the information to Mossberg, supposedly, and I ended up still getting all 4 base screws. I don't understand why they didn't just do that in the first place. That would have made a lot more sense to me. I feel like this would have saved a lot of time, and just, you know, it it was just kind of dumb to go through 3 phone calls to just have them end up sending me all the screws anyway. That's kind of the biggest disappointment when I got this gun. Now, aside from that, like I said, I'm excited to try this gun out. I can't wait to shoot it. Like I said, it's ready to roll except for the base screws being the only issue. I'm gonna put the correct one in here, torque it down, get everything ready to go. It's got a threaded and fluted barrel. I don't know how much of that you can see on here. There you go. And the threading looks good. It's nice and tight. They actually did coat the barrel completely under the threading, or on the threading rather, so they didn't thread it after they had Cerakoted it, but they Cerakoted the thread protector as well as the barrel, and the rest of the gun is Cerakoted as well. I thought it was kind of odd that they had Cerakoted the flutes in the bolt rather than Cerakoting the bolt and then fluting it. That was almost backwards from what you normally see, but it's not a bad thing. It was just kind of different. So anyway, that is something that they also do. And as we've already said, it's not the nicest finish in the world, but for a $300 gun, I am not complaining. This is something that hopefully will be a good shooter and a really good pack gun. But that's just kind of my first impressions on the gun, guys. I like the camo. I do like the color for the area that I'm in. It's not really a pretty color per se, but it's honestly going to work really well for my particular area. I think it's going to blend in pretty good. And this overall setup for under $300, as long as it shoots, I am going to be really happy with. So we're going to follow up with more videos of us doing some shooting with this particular rifle. I hope that in the 6.5 Creedmoor it will be a lot more forgiving than some of the 308s that I've had here recently that we've not necessarily struggled with, but haven't get to be quite as accurate as we want. So anyway, that is the Mossberg Patriot and the Strata Camo, or the Patriot Predator rather. It does have kind of an AccuTrigger style trigger, or an AccuTrigger style. And I do like that style, and I think that it's going to be a decent trigger. It does have a fairly good pull on it, so I'm looking forward to doing that. And yeah, so anyway, if you guys have any questions, concerns, if you like this kind of video, if you want me to do unboxing videos on more stuff, please let me know. I hope that you got something out of this, and I did get taken care of, so I am happy moving forward. They did get me what I needed to get this gun ready to roll, but it just took a little bit more than, you know, pulling it out of the box and shooting it. But I'm going to do a break-in on it, and then we're going to do some shooting. But I'm probably not going to film a break-in because that can be quite boring. So anyway, if you guys have anything in particular that you want to see me shoot through this, any particular loads, any particular bullets, powders, whatever, just please feel free to drop a comment. And hopefully we'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. You guys take it easy.